Hi, it's Cristina again from the Gold Coast, and today we're talking about beautiful views in Rome. Now I'm going to tell you not just about the usual beautiful views, because you might have been there already, but also about some of my favorite. Now where I think you've been already is the Terrace of the Pincio, for example. So on the Pincio is on top of Piazza del Popolo, and then you can walk all the way to the top of Spanish Steps. It's a beautiful, gorgeous walk. It's one of my favorites. And you also you pass by, you can get inside Villa Medici, which is now the French Culture Center, and where French artists live. They can have interesting times in Rome where they can learn Roman art. So that is one area where you can have a beautiful view. Another area where you might have been is the top of the Vittoriano, the huge white big typewriter or wedding cake monument that is the altar to the fatherland, and also the monument to the unknown soldier. Again, from there you see beautiful views of the race course, Via del Corso, and of all of the palaces in central Rome. You might also have been to the Orti Farnesiani, the Farnese Gardens on the Palatine Hill, and from there you get a majestic view of all the Forum, and clearly of the Colosseum and the city behind that. Also, you might have looked from the Palatino, from the same hill. You might have looked on the other side to the Circo Massimo, Circus Maximus, and over that to the Aventine Hill. So what else can you do? If I were you, I would go on to the Capitol Hill. Now, the reason I'm telling you about this one is very central. You might go to the Capitol Hill because everybody tends to go there, but also because I got married on Capitol Hill and I had the breakfast reception on this particular garden, on this particular terrace. So on Capitol Hill, you can either go through the museum and ask for the cafe, or you go looking at the coming up from the Cordonata, from the Michelangelo staircase, turn right, and you'll find a door with steps. Go up the steps and you'll find yourself at the cafe of the museum, although you don't need to go through the museum this way. And from here you can see a majestic view of the Teatro di Marcello, Marcellus Theatre from Julius Caesar's time, that has now been converted into homes. And you can live in Marcellus Theatre. And then of the Ghetto. Now I hear you asking already, you had a breakfast reception here. Yes, it was really early in the morning, 9:30. We got married in the Sala Rossa at 9:30, and all of our Italian friends were having cappuccinos, and all of our Australian friends were having beers at 10 o'clock in the morning on a beautiful day. The Italians were taking pictures of the Australians drinking beer at 10 o'clock in the morning. How did the rest of the day go? Well, the Italian friends went home and had a rest. But with the Australian and English friends, we did a tour of Capitol Hill. We came down the steps of the big white monument, the Altare della Patria. We took carriages, which we didn't know of. The ladies took carriages, the boys walked, and waved as one of my friends waved as the Queen. She looked the part as well, and went to the very center. We had lunch at Piazza Navona, and then went for a walk in the lanes with everybody taking pictures, because a bride in Rome, tourists and non-tourists alike. And then at night we went to a castle. Now you will not believe it, but in Rome there is a castle in the outskirts of Rome, still within the equivalent to the M25 ring. It's called il Castello della Crescenza. And there's a beautiful golf course there, and so we had dinner and dance in the beautiful castle that is rented out by the princess. And And so, beautiful views. If you're on the Palatine Hill, go under, cross the Circus Maximus and go to the next hill. That's the Aventine. On the Aventine, go to a beautiful place called Il Giardino degli Aranci, the Garden of the Oranges. And from the Garden of the Oranges, that's a much loved place and romantic place. If you are there for romantic reasons, definitely go to the Garden of the Oranges. And from there you have a look over the Tiber, over the river, and on to the next hill, which is the Gianicolo. So then what you can do, go to the other hill, the Gianicolo, and have a look there. When you're on the Aventine Hill, have a look at all the different churches, beautiful places, and have a look through the little keyhole that is the Knights of Malta property. And if you look in the keyhole, you're going to see a beautiful gallery, tunnel of greenery, and then at the end of it, with an optical illusion, it looks like St. Peter's is right next to you. So if you have crossed the hill and you've gone to the Gianicolo, it's the view from there is one of the best views I've ever seen. I love this one. And you're also going to find the statue to Garibaldi. And if you're there at midday, that's an interesting time to be there, because a long time ago we didn't have iPhones and to tell us the time, the exact time. It was really difficult for all the churches around Rome to signal exactly the right time, all of them together at the same time every day. So what happened was we resolved this problem by having a cannon firing every day at 12. And still to this day, the army runs a cannon that fires every day at 12 on the Gianiculum Hill. So if you go there around 12 and experience that. The other thing that is really interesting, the other time that is really interesting when to go on the Gianiculum Hill for me is about 6 o'clock or whatever time sun is going down, because the view at dusk, it's gorgeous. But then get out of there, get on a different hill. So I wanted to go on Monte Mario, and on Monte Mario you can go to the French Soldier Cemetery and also have a beautiful view from a completely different hill, a view that you're probably not familiar with. But also when we were in high school and in uni, we used to go to another place called Il Bar dello Zodiaco, the Zodiac Bar, and that again is in the northern part of Rome, like Monte Mario. And at night you can have a beautiful ice cream and see a different view of modern Rome, not so much of the very center of Rome. Plenty of other beautiful places where to have a look from. You can go at the top of St. Peter's, that's always a winner. You can go at the top of Castel Sant'Angelo, Castle of the Angel, which really is the mausoleum of the Emperor Adrian and of a lot of emperors after him. That's another spectacular view. And I wanted to experiment. I wanted to send me a message and tell me which one is your favorite view in Rome. You can even devote a whole day just at having a look at beautiful views. Hop on a taxi, have a taxi, and go and experience them all. Another beautiful one is in the area that we call Parioli. There's another beautiful terrace where you can have a look. Send me a message, let me know which one is your favorite. If you want to download the book for free, instead of buying it on Amazon, Rome A Different Take, which is a series of short stories on Rome that are gonna make it more fun rather than the really dry guidebooks, then go on to romeathome.com.au/book. If you want a full course on Rome, go to romeathome.com.au/video course. Share this video with your friends if you liked it, and I'm sure they will like it too. And subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao!